Hey YouTube, this is BoxorRoxor, and I'm doing a quick tutorial on how to clean your bearings without the use of chemicals. Not everybody has paint thinners around, so they're unable to soak the bearings and casings and everything in paint thinner to get them perfectly clean, so I'm going to show you how. What you're going to need is a thumbtack, your bearings, a plentiful amount of Q-tips, bearing lubricant. Also, you'll need microfiber cloth, a decent amount of paper towels. Those are just more Q-tips, and a container to hold your stuff in. The bearings can fly everywhere, and if you lose one, you're basically screwed. Okay, to start, like any other job on your bearings, I'm gonna try and find the worst one here for you. Oh, that one's bad. That one's bad. Alright. You're going to want to take the shields off. This is where the thumbtack comes in handy. You want to push it on the outside of the shield and just push it in. It should lift up really easily. Try not to puncture it. It'll punk. You're going to ruin your bearings. Alright, shields are off. See how crappy that is? Let me see if I can get this photo. This camera's really bad for this shit. Whoa. See how bad that is? It's so dirty. How did I let them get that way? Oh my god, that's bad. Alright. So from this point, you want to flip her over, and you'll see the track that the bearings sit in. You want to also use your thumbtack to pull that out. Now there'll be a little bit of resistance, and it'll be pretty dirty, but you can get it out. I have faith in you. Right. So after that, this is one of the first things you're going to want to clean. You'll take a Q-tip. I gotta zoom in again, and you'll see the big end does not fit into these crevices. You want to use the thinner part of the Q-tip and get into each one of these little spots where the ball bearings sit. You want to do this for every spot, making sure that it's semi-translucent compared to the rest of the seatings. Now that's going to mean that you've gotten rid of a good portion of the dirt. Now normally, you do not want, and this is why they use paint thinner, you do not want to re-grease any bearings that have any dirt in them whatsoever. It can actually make them worse. So you got to be really diligent in this part. Go through as many Q-tips as you can to get as much dirt out as you can. So I guess we could talk, enjoy ourselves while I'm doing this. What's your name? Post in the comments. What do you ride? Really? That's kind of shitty board. I'm just gonna fuck no. Karma. I hope you guys can see. Like I'm cleaning inside each of these little grooves. It's kind of dark. Yeah, each one of those little ball satchels. Well, that was another thing. Using Q-tips, the only downside to using Q-tips is that they have a tendency to leave fibers. Like this one here. You gotta obviously make sure there are none. Alright, actually I'll try and show you this as well. See, I can see through each one of those pockets evenly now. It's not incredibly dirty. That means you've cleaned it out quite a bit, which is good. Next thing you want to do is clean your shields. Cleaned these yesterday quite a bit, so they may not be that dirty, but it's basically as easy, and I'm sure you've done it a million times, so don't act stupid. Just clean your shields. It's just another one of the things that you need to do to prevent dirt from re-entering your bearings. Those are nice and clean. Into the bin they go. Next part's a little tricky. This is the part that people are most daunted by, because you can lose your bearings pretty easily. You want to take them, use your thumbtack, and just get your bearings all on one side by side. It may be pretty tough depending on how dirty your bearings are. try not to crank them out. Once you get it like that, you just pull it and they'll all fall out and leave your ring empty. So be careful where your bearings are going. Now normally I use a microfiber cloth because it's going to pull away the grease and the dirt really easily. If you don't have that, you can use a dishcloth as long as it doesn't have a lot of fibers on it. So at this point, you want to fold the bearings in and just rub them as much. Rub your bearings. I was just moving a spot out of there and just doing it again, probably about three times. Alright, once they stop leaving residue on the cloth, you're pretty much good. So that there is the trickiest part, to be honest. The rest is pretty straightforward. Take the inside of your shield, the inside of the bearing, and you just want to clean it. This part, these two parts here are going to be the dirtiest. It's very important to get these clean though, because obviously that's where your ball bearings sit on and ride across the entire time. Getting the bearings back into the bearing. It's exciting. It's fucking exciting. I'm gonna make freaking chicken. Oh, this part is not. I don't even know what I'm doing. I did it! I fucking did it. I got the bearings back in. I figured it, and I'll share with you because I love you guys so much. The way I did it. Take your outer ring, put one shield on. Just one. I'm trying to be a fucking hero and put two. Just one. So then, I'll show you in a sec, relax. Start loading in the bearings like that on the outside. You could probably get them all in, minus one, really easily. The last one is tricky. So probably around this point you're going to want to put the center in. It'll sit there relatively easy. It won't stay in, so you gotta have a finger on the back to hold it in. And really, you just gotta keep dropping the bearings in. They'll all go in relatively easy, except for the last one, which is gonna be a jimmy jam. You really just gotta freaking jiggle it and wiggle it, and it'll go in. There we go. Popped in. Now it's still pretty unstable because they're all on one side. To get the hub, this thing, back in, you're going to want to keep your finger on the back just in case. Space them out pretty as close to even as you can. There you go. Something like that. Now, as long as you've spaced them out. There we go. And that's basically it. So, because you had to put the shield on and then the base or the hub on top of that, what you're going to want to do is take off the one shield, put it on the other side. One drop. There we go. Now, when you first put lubricant in, unless you're an idiot and you've never done it before, when you go to spin the bearing, it may not seem like it's doing much because it has to take time. It gets more lubed over time and it spins better with weight on it. It's not too bad if you ask me. And that's that. Only 6 more to go.